Life matters because you are important and you matter. Your life has purpose. Your story is important. Your dreams count. Your voice matters. Your presence on this earth makes a difference whether you see it or not. Life matters because every life is precious. Welcome to Life Matters podcast. I'm Mona Alhariri. Before starting today, I want to tell you I'm always anxious to know how our brains work and how our minds think. So I thought of talking about this interesting subject, which is called mindset. And I'm going to talk about the types of mindsets. So I believe you are anxious now to know all about it. Hello, everyone. Your mindset is your collection of thoughts and beliefs that shape your thought habits, and your thought habits affect how you think and what you feel and what you do. Your mindset impacts how you make sense of the world and how you make sense of you. This is what mindset means. There are two types of mindsets. First, we have growth mindset, and the second is the fixed mindset. Now, maybe you're all wondering, what does that mean? Well, let me do all the work and explain to you everything in this very important subject. So I start by explaining what does it mean to have a growth mindset. In a growth mindset, people believe that their most basic abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. Let me give you some examples about growth mindset. In growth mindset, people embrace new challenges and they are persistent and they never give up. They also practice self-care. They are always learning new skills. Another example, they focus on the journey as well as the destination. People who have growth mindset also are inspired by others. They encourage others and they love the learning process. These are all the very important examples of growth mindset. Now, I'm sure that they are probably asking yourself, why is growth mindset is so important? And the answer to this is, having a growth mindset has never been more important than now. Why is this? Because the world, as you see, is changing at an incredibly fast pace. And there are new challenges we must face every single day. Don't you think so? Also, our way of life is changing. Norms are changing. And we must keep up and adjust to all of these changes. This is why having a growth mindset is so necessary. People with growth mindsets view their failures and setbacks as an opportunity to grow and as a sign that they should continue to develop their skills. So having a growth mindset is important. Why? Because it can help you overcome obstacles you may face when learning something new or developing a new skill. Growth mindsets understand the importance of persistence and determination. So by changing the way you think, you can change the way you learn. Knowing that your talents and intelligence can be developed, it allows you to explore, experience, and achieve more in life. So if you are in a growth mindset, you will find yourself collaborating, sharing information with others, seeking feedback, and admitting also errors. A growth mindset encourages risk-taking without worrying about failure, because mistakes represent a chance to learn. So a growth mindset is a tendency to believe that you can grow. Don't you think so? Let us go to a break and come back. I mentioned previously that there are two types of mindsets. First, we talked about the growth mindset. Now let me explain the second type of mindset, which is fixed mindset. Let us find all about the fixed mindset. Well, the fixed mindset describes people who see their qualities as fixed traits. What does that mean? It means it cannot change. With a fixed mindset, talent is enough to lead to success, and effort to improve these talents isn't required. One is born with a certain amount of skill and intelligence that cannot be improved upon. So, fixed mindset is a way of thinking about your own intelligence and abilities. Specifically, it describes viewing your intelligence and abilities as unchangeable, doesn't change. This is how they look. The fixed-minded people, they look at it as unchangeable. They believe individual traits cannot change, no matter how much effort you put in. And they are more likely to believe intelligence and talent are static. And they avoid challenges to avoid failure. They don't want failure. They also ignore feedback from others. This is how fixed-minded person thinks. And people, they think this way, the fixed-minded people. They feel threatened by the success of others, believe it or not. And they hide flaws so as not to be judged by others also. So these are the fixed mindsets. They believe they cannot change, no matter what, how much effort you put in, and are more likely to feel threatened by the success of others, and they ignore the feedback from others to avoid failure. So, for example, there are 5 fixed mindset triggers. What are they? Challenges, setbacks, hard work, critic, and success of others. So each one limits you, though the end result is always the same. You know why? Because they believe things cannot change, as I mentioned before. This is the reason. A basic example of a fixed mindset that demonstrates one's lack of willingness to try anything that they don't know they're good at doing already. And without attempting to improve on something, you will never really know if it's something you may enjoy or excel at doing. Right? So this is the way they think. Now, a fixed mindset describes children and adults who believe their intelligence, talents, and personalities are fixed traits that cannot grow. They believe they are born with a certain level of ability or special skills, and they are unable to improve their level abilities over time. This is how they think, the fixed mindset people. If you ask, for example, a fixed mindset, real people believe their qualities are fixed traits and therefore they cannot change. They are unchangeable. they document their intelligence and talents rather than working to develop and improve them. They don't want to improve. They also believe that talent alone leads to success and effort is not required. They don't want to do any effort. This is how they think. So they will never be able to grow when thinking this way. You agree with me? Now I hear you saying, yes, of course. They will never change and they will never grow. Why? Because they are fixed-minded. They say, either I'm good at something or I'm not good. Now, here I'm going to give you some examples of people with fixed mindset. Like, as I mentioned, they either say I'm good at something or I'm not good. So they are fixed-minded affirmations. Now, another example, they say, I cannot learn now. It's too late. I will never do it. And as we all know, that is never too late to become a learner, right? So, they believe that there is no point in trying whatsoever. They say, I'm gonna fail. This is what they say. Another example of the fixed mindset people, they take feedback as a personal attack. They think someone is attacking them. When they are giving them a good feedback or something, it's like an attack to them, personal attack. They are always struggling with many things in their life. And they are always afraid, they're always feeling like they are threatened by the success of others. This is how they feel. This is how they believe. Don't you think that people with fixed mindset are living in fear? I think so. They are taking things as a personal attack, as I mentioned, and they are always feeling like they are threatened from others because of their success. They don't want to work on themselves. They're always struggling. Let's go for a break and come back. So a fixed-minded person usually avoids challenges in life and gives up easily, very easily, and becomes intimidated or threatened by the success of other people. Now, this is in part because a fixed mindset doesn't see intelligence and talent as something you develop. It's something you are. So fixed mindsets can lead to negative thinking, of course. Fixed mindset has many disadvantages. It provokes dissatisfaction and disappointment. It also decreases self-knowledge and self-awareness. A fixed mindset person is usually afraid to take risks. It ultimately provokes melancholy, sadness, and a broad range of negative feelings. Even if by avoiding something now you avoid short-term pain, your long-term condition will be quite the opposite. So before I talk about the growth mindset versus the fixed mindset, let me remind you that a growth mindset means that you believe your intelligence and talents can be developed over time. You're thinking here positive, whereas the fixed mindset means that you believe intelligence is fixed. What does it mean? It's unchangeable. So if you're not good at something, you might believe you'll never be good at it. Never. Let's find out the difference between the growth mindset and fixed mindset with some examples you can understand more about it. So, A fixed mindset means you believe intelligence, talent, and other qualities are unchangeable. If you're not good at something, you typically think you will never be good at it. Now, hear the contrast. A growth mindset means you believe intelligence and talent can be developed with practice and effort. This is how the growth-minded people think and believe in. Let me give you an example with a fixed mindset. They say, I'm either good at something or I'm not. Now here, the negative way of thinking. And the growth mindset, what do they say? They say, I can improve my skills with effort and practice and work, and they have positive thinking. See the difference here? Another difference, the fixed mindset, when people give feedback, it feels like criticism. This is how they think. But here the growth-minded people, what do they say? They say, appreciate when people give them feedback. It helps them learn and grow. Now, these are the difference here between the two mindsets. The fixed mindset, how it believes and how they think, and the growth mindset, how they believe and how they think. Like, let me say, whether at home or in the classroom, ask for feedback in addition to providing it, like, how could I have made that lesson better? Or, is there anything I can do to support you more? So this shows that you are accepting and learning from feedback. This is how the growth mindset think. Growth-minded people think. They appreciate when people give them feedback. Why? Because it helps them learn and grow. While the fixed-minded people, they say, I'm too shy to speak in front of the class. I cannot do that. But here, the growth mindset, they say what? They say, with practice, I can become more confident and improve my public speaking skills. Now, for example, here, a child who fears speaking in front of large groups can first practice with partners or in a small group setting. They can gain public speaking experience in a fun way. How about this example for fixed mindset? They say, I'm already a really good writer. I don't need to get any better. I don't want anyone to help me or to get better. While the growth mindset, they say, there's always room for improvement. He or she wants to improve in their skills, in their work. They're positive. They want to work. They want to grow. More examples? Okay. So let me give you another example about the fixed mindset. People who are naturally smart don't need to try hard to succeed. But the growth mindset, they say, no one is born smart. We can all improve with time, effort, and persistence. Positive thinking. The fixed-minded people, other people's successes make them feel bad about themselves. On the other hand, the growth-minded, other people's successes encourage and inspire them. They show them what is possible. Now, these are the differences between the growth-minded people, how they think, versus the fixed-mind people, how they think. People who are fixed-minded, they say that successful people are lucky, talented, and have never experienced failure. While the growth-minded people say failure is part of success. Most successful people have failed many times, but they succeeded because they never quit. They never quit, and they didn't quit. Another tip here, it's important to teach children, your children, failure is part of every success story. They have to know this. and grow with this. Now, before I end my Life Matter podcast today, I want to say life matters to each one of us. So because it matters, the first step to do is to achieve something, is to believe that you can achieve it. There can be several who will say that you are not going to make it, but believing in yourself will make it possible. You have to believe in yourself. Life matters because it is you only, who decides to be successful in life. Success is not a matter of luck or fortune. It's not. If you make a choice to do something big and put in the right efforts, success will be yours to claim. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself and keep moving ahead with always your head up. Well, hope you had a great, useful time today with me. Join me next time with more to come. This is me, Mona Alhariri. Bye-bye for now.